Hi guys, in this type 3 problems we are concerned about the questions in which ropes are involved and a rope can apply a force which is called as tension force on any block. Now first of all we have to discuss the important points about rope. The first point is the fact that tension in the rope is a pulling force and rope cannot push. So we are what is tension in the rope? So when any rope is stretched or it is taunted, then it develops a force which is electromagnetic in nature, but it is called as tension force of the rope, and rope cannot push any object. For example, if I consider a block like that and there is a rope attached to the block, so you cannot push this rope and you cannot push the block through rope. If you try to push the rope, then the rope will become slack and block will not move from its place and tension in the rope will become zero. But if you will pull the rope, then block will exert the pulling force and block will be pulled with the rope. So rope cannot apply the pushing force. It is used to pull any object. Now slacked rope means rope is not taunted, rope has zero tension, and rope is being pushed. Now third point, the massless rope has same tension throughout the rope. Now in this complete portion of mechanics we will consider the ropes to be the massless, and hence it is a fact that in a massless rope the tension is same throughout the rope. Okay, now until and unless it is stated, the rope is considered to be massless also and frictionless also. We do not consider any friction in the rope, and we do not consider any mass of the rope until it is stated in the question. Now next is, if some force is applied at some point on a stretched rope, then the tension force on the either side of that point will be different. Now let us demonstrate this with the example. So there is a tug of war between two kids. There is a rope and they are playing tug of war. So it is a stretched rope, it is a massless rope. So tension in this rope will be same at all the points because it is massless. But if some third kid applies some force on the rope from the midpoint, he applies a force F from the midpoint in this direction, pulling force. So now the tensions would be different at these 2 points. Now the tension T2 will be greater than tension T1. Okay, so if somebody applies some force at some point on the taunted rope, then the tension force at the either sides of that point will be different. Okay, now first of all, there is a problem in which this train of blocks is being pulled by a force of 100 Newton in forward direction, and we have to find out the tension in all the ropes. Now there are you have to identify the different ropes first of all. So there are 2 different ropes. This is 1 and this is 2. This is not a rope. This is a vector, a force vector. So I have to write the tension. So rope is massless. I have to assume the ropes to be massless, and hence the tension in a single massless rope is same throughout, and this tension is T2. Now we also know that if a system is moving together, if all the components of a system is moving together, then we can assume those all components combinedly as a system. So we are assuming these as a system and they are moving together with the acceleration A, and the net force 100 will be equal to ma, and m here is 60 and A is A. So A will be equal to 5/3 meters per second square. This is the acceleration of the system. The mass of this system is 60 kg and the force with which it is being pulled is 100 Newton. Now these tensions T1 and T2 are the internal forces of the system. So I am not considering them in F is equal to ma, because when we write F is equal to ma, then that F is external force and A is the acceleration of the system and m is the mass of the system. Now if I draw the free body diagram of block 10 kg, this is the 10 kg block and it is being pulled by a tension of T1 in forward direction, and it is moving with the acceleration of A, which is equal to 5 by 3 meters per second square. Now we can say that T1 is equal to ma, F is equal to ma, and the only force acting on 10 kg block in forward direction is T1. So T1 will be equal to ma. M is 10 kg, A is 5 by 3. So it would be 50 by 3 newtons. Now on to 20 kg block, I can see that on 20 kg block there is a force T2 in forward direction and T1 is in backward direction, but it is moving in forward direction with an acceleration A. So T2 would be greater than T1 obviously. T2 minus T1 will be equal to 20A. A is equal to 5 by 3. So T2 minus T1 is 50 by 3 is equal to 100 by 3. So T2 is equal to 150 by 3, that is 50. Okay, now T2 is 50. Now if I draw the free body diagram of 30 kg block, now I do not require to draw the free body diagram of 30 kg block, but I am demonstrating or I am proving the value of T2 by 30 kg block. So T2 acting on 30 kg at the left side, and there is a force of 100 Newton acting on 30 kg block on the right side, but 30 kg is moving towards forward direction towards right side, and hence we can assume that 100 kg force, 100 Newton force is greater than T2. So 100 minus T2 will be equal to 30A, and T2 will be equal to 100 minus 30 into 5 by 3. So T2 will be equal to 50 newtons. So this is the proof that you can calculate the value of tensions from any of the block. Now moving forward on the next question. Now in this question there is a block train which is being pulled with a 100 Newton force in upward direction, and we have to calculate all the tensions in all the ropes. So first of all we have to identify the different ropes, and I can identify two different ropes here. One is this one and one is this one. This is not a rope, this is a force vector pointing upwards. So let me write the tensions in the rope. This is T1, this is T1, and this is T2, this is T2. Now these three blocks are moving together in upward direction, so I can consider them as a system, and there is a mg force which is acting on the system downwards, that is equal to 6g. The complete mass of the system is 6 kilogram and g is the acceleration due to gravity, so 6g would be equal to 60 newtons. So writing, let us suppose that it is moving upward with the acceleration of A. So writing the equation of forces, that 100 minus 60 is equal to 6A. So 40 is equal to 6A. 6 is the mass of the system. So A will be equal to 20 by 3 meters per second square. This is the acceleration of the system. Now to calculate the value of T2, I am assuming that 3 kg block here, and I am drawing its free body diagram. So T2 is acting upwards on 3 kg and its mg, which is 30, it is acting downwards, and it is going upward with an acceleration of A. So T2 would be greater than 30. So T2 minus 30 will be equal to 3A, and T2 minus 30 will be equal to 3. A is 20 by 3. So T2 is equal to 50 newtons. Now I can draw that free body diagram of 2 kg block. This is the 2 kg block, and its mg is 20 Newton acting downwards. Its tension is T2 acting downwards, and T1 is acting upwards. It is moving with an acceleration A upwards. So T1 will be greater than T2 and 20 Newtons combinedly, and hence T1 minus T2 plus 20 is equal to 2A, and T1 minus that T2 is 50 and hence it is 70. It is equal to 2, and A is equal to 20 by 3. So T1 is equal to 70 plus 40 by 3. So T1 is equal to 250 by 3 Newtons. Now to counter check our answer of T1, we can see that this block of 1 kg is having a force of 100 Newton in upward direction, and 10 Newton of mg in downward direction, and T1 in downward direction, and acceleration pointing upwards. So the equation would be 100 minus 10 minus T1 will be equal to 1 into A. A will be equal to 20 by 3. So T1 will be equal to 90 minus 20 by 3, and it would be equal to 250 by 3, which we have already calculated here. So this is the correct answer. Now moving forward on the next question. In this question, there are 4 different cases of set of values of F1 and F2, and we have to find out the tension in the rope for all different set of values. So in first case, F1 is 10 Newton and F2 is 0. So if this block is being pushed by 10 Newton force, first block is being pushed by 10 Newton force, and this 10 kg block is being not pulled by any force, then if we are pushing this block, then this rope will become slack, and slacked rope does not have any tension. So we can clearly say that the tension force in first case will be 0. Now if we are not pushing, in the second case we are not pushing F1, we are not pushing 5 kg block, instead we are pulling this 10 kg block, then in this situation this would be like that. There is no pushing force, and we are considering it as a system. So acceleration of the system will be F2, which means 10 upon mass. Mass is 15, so acceleration will be 2 by 3. And let us suppose the tension is T in this case. So equation will be, I'm writing the equation of 5 kg. So its equation would be T minus 0, because no other force is acting on 5 kg apart from T. That would be equal to 5 into A. So T will be equal to 10 by 3 Newtons. And you can also find out this T from 10 kg. I'm drawing the free body diagram of 10 kg, and F2 is acting on it in forward direction. So F2 is 10 Newtons, and T is acting backwards, and A is forward. So 10 minus T is 10A, A is 2 by 3. So T is equal to 10 by 3. You can see that. Okay, now here the T is equal to 10 by 3 Newtons. Now in the third case, F1 is greater than F2. So if F1 is greater than F2, if pushing force is greater than the pulling force, the rope will become again slack, and the tension in the rope will become 0. Okay, now in fourth case, in which there is a situation in which we are pulling these blocks apart, which means minus 10 Newton force means ki F1 is acting towards left side. This is 10 Newton. this is 20 Newton. But obviously 20 Newton is greater than 10 Newton, hence they will move as a system in forward direction with an acceleration a, and the net force will be 20 minus 10 will be equal to 15a, and a will be equal to 2 by 3 meters per second square. And the tension force, I can assume the tension to be T. So I am writing the equation of this 5 kg. So it is moving in forward direction. So I can write that T minus 10 is equal to 5a, and T is equal to 10 plus 5 into 2 by 3. So it is equal to 40 by 3. And you can again check from the 10 kg block by writing its equation, that 20 minus T is equal to 10a, T is equal to 20 minus 20 by 3, so T is equal to 40 by 3. Okay, so this is the case in which we are writing the tensions, and we are writing the forces, and we are calculating the tensions. So let us move on next question. In this question, there is a mass M shown in the figure, and there is a string AB. At the end B, mass is attached to the string by another rope, and a force, horizontal force F, is applied at end B to tilt up the mass at an angle theta with the vertical. So we have to find out the tension in the string AB. Now it is a very simple question of NLM in which we have to balance out the forces. So first of all, let us suppose that there is a tension T1 in the string AB, and there is a tension T2 in the string which is connected to the mass. Now if I am writing this as T1, then I have to resolve it in two components. This angle is theta, and this angle is 90 minus theta. So this component here will be T sine theta, and this component on the vertically upward direction in the it is T, this is T1 sine theta, this is T1 cos theta. Now we can say that the system is in situation of equilibrium, hence we can balance out the forces in x-axis as well as in y-axis separately. So balancing the forces, T1 sine theta is balancing F, and T1 cos theta is balancing mg. And why I am saying mg? Because this T2 is equal to mg. So in spite of making two equations separately, I have written these two values in a same equation. So if we have to find out the angle theta, so we can say that T1 is equal to mg upon cos theta, and T1 is also equal to F upon sine theta. Now we have to find out the tension. So you can see that out of all these four options, there is no option containing mg, and there is an option containing F, and it is exactly matching our answer. That is option number 2, option number B. So B is the correct answer. Okay, now let's move on the next question. In this question, you can see that there are two masses M and capital M which are attached with the strings shown in the figure. So for this system, we have to find the correct relation of angle theta. Now there are some assumptions which are obvious in this question, so we are letting them assumed. So let us suppose that there is a tension T1 in this row. So there is a similar tension T1 in the rope, because I'm assuming these two tensions same, because their components, horizontal components, T1 cos 45 and T1 cos 45 will be equal. So T1 will be equal to T2. So I'm assuming these both tensions to be T1. Now this tension is T1 also, because rope is same, and this tension is T2. Okay, now we can see that the components of T1 in vertical upward direction is 2T1 cos 45, and it is balancing out this mg. So writing the first equation as 2T1 cos 45 degree is equal to small mg. So T1 will be equal to small mg upon root 2. This is the first value of T1. Now I am writing out the second equation. So in second equation we have to we can write two equations balancing out in horizontal as well as in vertical. So in horizontal direction, in x-axis for mass m. So I am writing out the equation for mass m in x-axis. So it would be, you can see that this angle, this one, this angle is also, this angle we can, this is 45 degree. So it would be T1 cos 45 is equal to T2 cos theta. This is T2 cos theta. Okay, so T1 is equal to root 2 T2 cos theta, and now T2 is equal to mg by 2 cos theta. I have substituted this value of T1 here. So this is T2. Now equation in y-axis. So in y-axis I can say that T2 sin theta, the component of T2 which is in vertically upward direction, T2 sin theta, it is equal to T1 sin 45 plus capital Mg. Now again substituting the values of T2 and T1, we can see that it would be T2, in fact I am putting the value of T2, so it would be mg tan theta upon 2 is equal to putting the value of T1. So now T1 will be equal to mg by root 2, and sin 45 is already mg by root 1 by root 2, so it is mg upon 2 plus capital Mg. Now we have to find out the value of tan theta. So we can say that tan theta is equal to 1 plus capital M 2 capital M upon small m. So this is the required value of tan theta, and which is correctly matched with option number 1, A. So the correct answer will be option number A. Okay, so let's move on the next question. In this question, there is a light string which is attached to a cylindrical log of wood, and it is placed on a horizontal surface, and the axis of the cylinder is vertical. It means the plane in which you are seeing the problem has the cross section of the cylinder. This cross section lies in the plane in which you are watching out the problem, and this is the axis of the cylinder which is passing through its center and coming your way. So this is a cylinder, and there is a string which is wrapped around it, and it is being pulled by a constant force of F. Now we have to select the correct options out of these 4 options. Now first of all we have to write down the tensions in the rope. Let us suppose this tension is T, and the fact that I am assuming these tensions to be same is the fact that the strings are symmetric and they are at the same angles with the horizontal. So balancing these forces in horizontal, we will get that F will be equal to 2t cos theta. Now T is equal to F upon 2 cos theta, and F is a constant force, and if we increase the theta, then cos theta will decrease, because cos is a decreasing function of theta, and the tension will increase. So the first option, the tension in the string increases with the increase in theta, is absolutely correct. Now option number B is not correct, and option number C, if we check the option number C, then if theta is equal to pi by 3, let's suppose, so it is 60 degree. So cos 60 degree is equal to 1 by 2, and if theta is equal to pi by 3, then tension will be equal to F. Now if we have already seen that if theta increases, then tension will increase. Therefore, if theta is greater than pi by 3, then tension will be greater than F. So option number C is also correct. But option number D says that if theta is greater than pi by 4, then T is greater than F. But obviously if C is correct, then D should be wrong, that because it is not valid in all the cases. Okay, so you can check that thing. So let us now move on the forward next question. Now in this question, there are 2 particles of each of mass m are attached with a string, a massless string, and the center of the string is being pulled by a force F in upward direction. And let me remind you that this complete system lies in horizontal plane, and nothing is moving out of the plane, and this force F is also in the plane. So if we will pull the string from the middle, then these masses will start to move towards each other, and at an instant when the distance between these masses would be 2x, then we have to find out the acceleration of each mass. So this is the question, and I am drawing the instantaneous diagram of the situation. So situation will be like this, that these will be the masses, and the rope connecting them will be like that. Now the distance between these masses would be only 2x, and this force will be acting F upward, and this tension will be T. The tension in these 2 ropes will be same due to the fact that ropes are symmetrically placed. These angles, let's suppose this angle is theta, and this angle will be 90 minus theta. Now this tension will be T, and this component of tension will be T sin theta. Okay, and same for this mass. Now the first equation I am writing is from this point, that here F will be balancing 2t cos theta, and T will be equal to F upon 2 cos theta. Now we have to find out the acceleration of the masses, so we can say that due to T sin theta they are moving. So T sine theta will be equal to ma, and if I substitute the value of T, then I would get F tan theta upon 2 will be equal to ma, and this A will be equal to F of tan theta upon 2m, and the value of tan theta will be perpendicular upon base. So this is 2x, and it would be f upon 2m, and perpendicular is x, and base is under root of x square. In fact, hypotenuse is a square minus x square. So the correct answer will be this one, f into x upon 2m, and this option number B. Okay, now let us move forward on next question. Now in this question, there is a chain which has 5 links, and each link has a mass of 10 gram, and it is being lifted by a force F with an acceleration of 2 meters per second. The value of F is not given to us, and we can find out the value of F. In fact, this value is being asked in the option number B, and we have to find out the tension force acting in each link. We have to find out the value of F, and we have to calculate the net force on each link. So we are calculating this the value of F by assuming it a system. So if I assume the complete chain, or I can assume this chain to be a rope which is moving upwards with an acceleration of 2 meters per second square. So I can write down the equation that F minus mg of complete rope. So mg of complete rope or chain will be 500 grams, and if I take the value in kilograms, then it would be half kilogram, half into g, which is 10, and mass is again half, and acceleration is 2. So F will be equal to 6 newtons. You can see. Now this is a case of rope with some mass, and we have already discussed that if a rope has some mass, then the tension in the rope at each of its point will be different. So first of all, I am assuming this tension T1, this is T1, this is T2, this is T2, this is T3, this is T3, this is T4, this is T4. Okay, so if I have to calculate the T1, I have to write the equation of this link. So I am writing the equation of this link. So this equation will be F minus mg. Mg of this link, I can write the equation first. F minus mg minus T1 will be equal to ma. Now F is 6 Newton, and m of each link is 1 by 10 kilogram, and mg will be 1, and T1 is T1, and this is ma. M is 1 by 10 again, and A is 2. So T1 will be equal to 5 minus 1 by 5, which is 24 by 5, which is 4.8 newtons. Okay, now this is it. Now if I have to calculate the tension of T2, then I have to write the equation of this link. So for this link, equation will be T1 minus T2 minus mg will be equal to ma. So the value of T1 will be 24 by 5 minus T2 minus the value of mg will be 1, and value of ma will be 1 by 5. Okay, so T2 will come up 18 by 5 newtons. Okay, 18 by 5, which is also 3.6 newtons. Now if I have to find out the value of this T3, so I can write the equation of this third link, that T2 minus T3 minus mg will be equal to ma. So T2 minus T2 is equal to 18 by 5 minus T3 minus mg is 1 and ma is 1 by 10. Mass of this link is 0.1 and acceleration is 2. So it is mass is 1 by 10 and acceleration is 2, so it would be 1 by 5. Sorry. Now T3 will be equal to 12 by 5, which is also equal to 2.4 newtons. And to find out T4, I can write the equation of the last link. So the equation of the last link will be T4 minus its mg will be equal to ma, and T4 minus mg will be 1 and m of that last link is 1 by 10 and its acceleration is 2. So T4 will be equal to 6 by 5, which is also 1.2 newtons. Okay, now we have already calculated the value of F, and now we have to calculate the option number C, which is the net force on each link. So net force, as we all know, is also equal to ma. So mass of each link is 1 by 10 and acceleration is 2. So net force will be 1 by 5 Newton. Okay, so this is the question of a rope which is having some mass. Okay, now let's move on the next question. In this question, there is a chain which has some mass, which has some weight W. It is hanging between 2 points A and B, and we have to find out the tension in the chain at the end points A and B. So let us suppose that there is a tension T in the chain at the end points, and it would be like that. This is T, and this is T. Okay, now this angle is theta, and this component of T will be T sine theta, and this component will also be T sine theta. Now these T sine theta, both T sine theta, 2T sine theta is balancing W, and T is equal to W upon 2 cosec theta. So correct option is option number A. In this question, there is a heavy block whose mass is not given to us. This is the heavy block I'm talking about. Its mass is not given to us, and there are two ropes which are connected to this block, and each rope has a mass m, and each rope is being pulled by a constant force F in both sides. Now it is given that at t equal to 0, one force is withdrawn, which is the left force is withdrawn. This force is not acting beyond t equal to 0. It is only acting before t equal to 0, which is t is less than 0. Now at t less than 0, we can see that both the forces are acting. So I am talking about t less than 0 initially. Now both the forces are acting, and there will be no movement in the system. So if the system will not move, then these reactions will be equal, due to the fact that if this heavy block is being pulled by equal forces in both the directions, then it would not move, and as we know that this system is not moving, therefore we can conclude that this heavy block is being acted upon by equal forces on both sides. So these forces are given as F1 and F2. So these will be equal before t is equal to 0. So option number A will be correct. Now option number B is automatically wrong, and option C is the fact that these forces will be equal after one is withdrawn, but this is not correct, as if we withdraw the left force, then the system will move towards right. Now if I draw the diagram of the situation when the system moves towards the right, then we can see that there we have to calculate the acceleration of the system. Now to calculate the acceleration of the system, we need the mass of this block, and the mass of this block is not given to us. So we cannot state the value of F1 and F2 without the knowledge of the mass of the heavy block. So we cannot say anything about option number. We can definitely say that option number C and D are not correct, as the value of F1 and F2 will depend on the mass of heavy block. So there will be only one correct option, which is option number A, as at t greater than 0, the system will move, and the forces with which heavy block is being pulled from left and right, F1 and F2, will depend on the acceleration of the system, and the acceleration of the system will depend on the mass of the heavy block, and it is not given to us, so we cannot find out the values of F1 and F2 beyond t is greater than 0. So automatically option number C and D will be incorrect, because the value of F1 and F2 will have the mass m in them. Okay, so let's move on the next question now. In fact, this TA is equal to this acceleration is equal to 2. So it is 2. So TA will be equal to 80 newtons. You can see that. Okay, now if I write the equation of monkey B, it is given that monkey B is moving up with a constant speed of 0.8. So its acceleration is 0. So we can conclude that net force on monkey B is 0. But if we imagine a fact that the force of gravity which is acting on monkey B is balancing with which force, so we can say that the tension force acted upon by rope on monkey B will be balancing out the mg of monkey B. So if I assume the tension acting on the monkey B in upward direction, so I can say that TB will be equal to mg of monkey B, because its acceleration is 0. So TB is equal to 150, as the mass of monkey B is 15 and the acceleration due to gravity is 10. Okay, now for monkey C, it is given that monkey C is pulling himself up with an acceleration of 1.5 meters per second square. It is easy to understand that some force, obviously tension acting on C, will be acting in upward direction, which is pulling the monkey C in upward direction. So its equation will be Tc minus mg of monkey C will be equal to ma, and Tc minus mg will be 80, and mass is 8 and acceleration is 3 by 2. So Tc will be equal to 92. We can see that. Now the tension at D. So tension at D will be the sum of the tensions TA plus TB plus TC and therefore tension at D will be 80 plus 150 plus 92. So this will this is 92. So this will be equal to 322 newtons, which is the correct answer. So these were the numericals which are based on the ropes, and in next case we will move upon the constraint motion numericals. Thank you.